So we were checking Club Correo every day, and there's a bunch of inane steps where you have to do something whenever it prompts you or doesn't prompt you. You have to like find what it wants on its convoluted webpage and do a bunch of garbage and then advance it to the next step. And it's like a 13-step process to get a package from the US to Ecuador.
It's a 1 step forward, 2 steps back kind of situation. But fortunately, the stator finally came from Ricky Stator, so it was time to go to Otto Moto and deal with that.
Yeah, so we went and he put the brand new stator in my bike, and my bike still did not start.
Not good. So, of course, we were pretty upset about it, and we told him, he said, oh, I can call this electrical guy, and we're like, yeah, that's a good idea, call the electrical guy. And he's like, well, he can look at it tomorrow. I was like, not gonna happen. We'd literally been waiting 2+ months, and probably overstaying our welcome at our extremely nice hosts. Otto tried to protest and said, it's just 1 more day, you waited 2 months, what's 1 more day? And I was like, it matters, you're doing it today, you're going to fix it, and that's the end of it. So we loaded it in the back of a truck and rode over to the electrical specialist.
We spent all day waiting outside the electrical shop
In the sun.
and the bike finally fires up, and we ask him what was wrong and how it was fixed, and he says magic. So we learned a lot.
Yeah, it was educational. Mostly we learned don't go to Otto Moto because the service is garbage and you'll just have to live in Guayaquil for the rest of your lives.
So my bike was finally finished. I was happy to put it together, but there were a few things that we had left back at Otto's shop, including this shifter, which is marginally important for riding a bike back to the shop. So we just put it in 2nd gear with a pair of pliers, and I rode it back like that, trying not to explode my engine, because later I found out he didn't put any oil in my bike. We were really pleased with his services, obviously.
We had a lot of time to discuss how we were going to handle this situation. We basically came to the conclusion we were not going to pay for it. This is the first time either of us have not paid for mechanical service, but it was ridiculous. We had to pay $215 to order the new stator and have it shipped, which far exceeded the amount we were supposed to pay Otto for his services.
Yeah, to wrap the 2 stators and do a couple other little things for us was supposed to be $150 and take 2 days, and it ended up taking 2 months, and my bike was worse than when I dropped it off. Andrea's is slightly better in some ways, but we keep discovering stripped screws and random bullshit that he fucked up.
Yeah, he stripped a bunch of bolts. He stripped things in my engine.
Oh, and while my engine had been without much oil, he overfilled hers by like a liter and blew some seals, and he had the audacity to put an advertisement sticker for his shop on the swing arm of my bike, which we had to scrape off with a screwdriver angrily.
With Becky's bike running, we headed back for one last night with Christina and her family and had a delicious dinner at a local restaurant. And in the morning said our heartfelt goodbyes and loaded up our bikes and finally got on the road after 2 months. It felt glorious.